Good morning, sleepyhead. Looks like my mouser had a rough night, y'all. Good morning, JB. Y'all better give my mouser a thumbs up now. Tell him, JB. 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 Are you going to help me out here? Thank you. This was the original little plant. It's a little 3-inch pot that I planted right there, and it spread over the winter. It's actually a creeping variety, and it spread. It's popping up over there, over here, all down the side, and then another big clump there and over here. So it's covered about a 3-foot space there. So it's pretty exciting considering that the goats have been in here running and playing and carrying on. So it's pretty tough. I have read that this creeping variety can be used in areas where you don't want to have to mow the grass because it's going to stay low, to the ground. You don't want to mow the grass. You can actually grow something like a creeping oregano. Instead of mowing, you can have herbs growing in your yard. So that's pretty cool. I'm planning to experiment with that over on the new property when I get over there and get settled in. This section of the bed here, I had stripped it and covered it with that tarp. I've just put that stuff on it to weigh it down before the last cold snap. So I'm going to get in there and plant some things. But I left this to grow the grass, and you can see it's full of the chickweed. There's a lot of the chickweed in here, and I left this growing so that I would have a natural ground cover to cover my bed, as well as to have foraging materials close at hand. So I forage for the animals all the time, and in the winter months, in the fall when things start dying back, I start foraging further away from the house here. And I don't go miles, but I go as far as a comfortable walk, and I've been taking the goats with me. And so that way, as it gets really cold, when it's -0 and that kind of thing, and I don't want to have to walk way out into the woods foraging, I can forage closer to home and provide the chickens with some greenery. So I've left this because I've had so much foraging material over the winter because it's been so mild that I haven't actually had to use it. So I'm going to strip it up and go ahead and give it to the chickens. And I know a lot of people would be concerned about stripping it up and the loss of your organic matter, but I have a lot of animals, so I have mountains of organic matter, so I'm going to add more material to the bed anyway. I'm going to put an iCard somewhere along the line here up above if you're interested in seeing how I actually built this little bed. It's a 30-foot long bed, and it's pretty interesting, and you can see in that video whenever it's actually live and active. So it transitioned from a spring garden to a summer garden, and we had cherry tomatoes growing up the fence and everything. But anyway, just wanted to share that with you real quick. I've got to take my little goaties out for a walk. They are growing like weeds, and they're just babies right now, but they're growing so fast. I don't want to have the camera along, and I want to give them my full attention. So they're not going to be babies forever. So see you guys in a little bit. Alright guys, we got us a little bundle here to take home. Girls are over there browsing around. They love these little walks. This is a nice little spot Come on, girls. Let's take our bounty home. I love taking them for walks. Goats are a lot of fun. They do funny things. Our little walks last between 30 minutes and an hour. I try to keep them moving as much as possible. I don't think that little clip is a good, it showed that very well. But because the whole purpose of taking them out for the walk is so that they can get out and have exercise. So I try to keep them moving and you know, encourage them to run and play a little bit here and there. But you know, we do some foraging while we're out and about. And this little simple recycled feeder here, I put all of the, you know, the trimmings that I bring back in that so that they can have that inside their pen. It encourages their natural behavior because goats like to eat up and reach up. They're not really supposed to eat off the ground. It helps reduce the parasite load. So, you know, as you can see, it's like they love it, and they will pick these limbs dry, as you can see from the pile there. So every time you find new systems on the homestead, you find a need for something else or just another way to close the loop. So that's kind of looking like I need a chipper. So that's just something to put on my wish list. But we can use that for hugelkultur beds or whatever. Could even burn it if we wanted to. Hi guys, had something I wanted to share with you real quick. Don't know if you guys can see all these tiny little buds, but things are really starting to come to life. It's going to be raining all day, so I probably don't have much time. Me and the goats were up in the woods, and pretty soon I won't be able to take them up into the woods foraging because the ticks and everything will get really bad. And unfortunately, I'm allergic to poison oak and poison ivy, which both are in abundance here. So I won't be able to take them trekking up through the woods. But when everything comes to life, like this is like right along our path here. When everything comes to life, there'll be plenty to forage in areas where we don't have to go up into the woods. But anyway, this is what I wanted to show you. Look, I saw this on the ground and I tapped it and I'm like, oh, doesn't sound like anybody's home. And I picked it up and it's empty. So isn't that beautiful? It's unfortunate that one of the little turtles lost their life, whether it was old age or something happened, I don't know. There is a little crack there, so who knows. But I'm going to keep it. Might do something special with it.